Yo, what's going on guys? Hanging Hunter Doors here. My name is Dimitri, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over target panic, what it is, and how to overcome it. If you guys are ready, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So target panic summed up is basically anticipating a shot and flinching during your shot, causing you to miss, causing you to punch a shot, causing you to completely miss the target. It is a real thing. I've experienced it, especially with an index style release or say a thumb button release. Anything that requires you to actually physically pull a trigger or push a trigger, it is very common to have some kind of target panic. Basically, it is anticipating the shot, aiming, your pin's on the target, and you're like, I have to get the shot off, I have to get the shot off, I have to get the shot off. And you try to like time up the pin on the target, and then you nail the trigger, and hopefully the arrow goes where you were aiming. Unfortunately, that is probably the most inconsistent way to shoot anything ever, whether it's a gun, whether it's a bow. It just doesn't work. Consistency is never going to be there. Accuracy is never going to be there. And it's a really hard way to shoot. Like I said, I've experienced it. I had it really bad with an index style release. I started changing over to a thumb button release. It helped for like a little bit, but then it slowly started to creep in. And then once I started shooting hinge style releases, it really helped, and then it kind of disappeared. So one of the ways that we cure target panic is basically, one of the well-known ones is to shoot some sort of hinge style release, because it doesn't require you to actually pull any trigger. You don't have to physically set the release off. You just have to go ahead, hook onto the D-loop, pull the bow back, and then it's a rotation that causes it to click, and that click tells you, you're ready to fire. That's one of the reasons why hinge style releases have been one of the key ways to overcome target panic. I think it is one of the best ways to cure target panic, but it's not the only way. So another way that a lot of people like to cure target panic is to do something called blank bail shooting. And basically that's when you aim, you have a target, no face on it, no nothing. You just put a blank piece of paper on there and you try to aim for the middle of it over and over and over again. Basically, there's no aiming point on the paper. So you're not in your head thinking, I have to get the shot off, I have to hit this, I have to hit this. And it's more of like you just settle in, try to, you're still aiming, you're still looking to hit the center of the paper, but there's no defined aiming point. And it just kind of gets you out of your head thinking, I have to get the shot off when the pin crosses the target. So that's one of the ways that people, try to cure target panic with their release of choice. If they want to continue to shoot an index style release, that's one of the routes that they'll take. However, I do not think it's the most effective. Now, if you suffer from target panic, whether you're using a thumb button style release or an index style release, I would highly recommend trying this out. Basically, it is a drill that you do in your head. What you're going to do is you're going to take your bow, load up an arrow. You want a target face on your target. You want to be aiming at something, okay? I know just from the last time that I shot here, this is about 35 yards, but let me just double check. Yep, 35 yards. So make sure that that's set. But I'm not going to shoot. So I'm not actually going to physically shoot the release. What I'm doing is draw back. I'm using a thumb button here for reference. I'm going to put my thumb over the release aid like I'm going to fire, but I'm not going to actually fire. I'm just aiming. And then once I start to get tired, when I start to get the shakes, I take my thumb off of the barrel. And I let the bow down. Now, that's a really good drill for people who suffer from target panic. That's a really good drill for people who don't shoot very often, especially a good drill for hunters, because you're going to be in your full draw for a long time. When you're hunting, you never know. Maybe the deer doesn't want to stop moving. Maybe you have to draw the bow back before the deer turns a corner because you don't want it to see you. Could compromise your position. You don't want to spook anything before you have a chance to get a shot off. So there are a couple of reasons why I do this drill, and I think it's actually a really good drill for target panic as well, because you're not focusing on shooting. You're focusing on aiming, you're focusing on holding the bow, and you have your thumb on the trigger, but you're not taking a shot. And the reason why this helps, and the reason why people with target panic should do this, is because you're not actually shooting. You're drawing the bow back and you're just holding with your thumb on the trigger, and you're thinking, I'm not actually shooting, and you lower the bow down. And the reason why that helps and why it cures target panic is because eventually you get to the point where it's like driving. You know how you don't have to actually like steer when you're driving on like a windy road? Like your brain just kind of takes over, and then you just, steer the car down the road and you follow the curves. That's basically what this is. It's how to like autopilot aim, so that when you're in full draw and it is time to shoot, you can focus on your shot process and not on aiming, because you're just automatically going to do that. So that's one of the reasons why I think this is one of the best ways to cure target panic. Besides, obviously, a hinge style release, there's nothing like a hinge style release. There's nothing to panic about, because the release is doing all the work. You're not actually physically demanding the shot, or commanding the shot, I should say. So try that, get back, draw the bow back, put your thumb over the trigger, put your finger over the trigger if it's an index style release, and just hold it. Hold it for as long as you can before you start getting tired, before your shoulders start getting tired. Take your finger off the trigger, let the bow down. Do this a few times, however many times you want. Do it until you can hold the bow up in full draw for 30 seconds. Once you can do that, then start going through a shot process. Blank bail, or however you want to do it. Actually shooting the bow. Then start going through that after you're able to hold it for a long time with your finger over the trigger. Because a lot of it is that you get your finger over the trigger and you're like, I gotta let this go. Like, I have to let this go. And it's more of like a panic, because you don't know how long you're going to be able to hold. You don't know how long you're going to be able to aim, and you just want to get the shot off. It's like impatient and anticipation of the shot that causes target panic. That is probably my biggest tip for anyone suffering with target panic. Give it a try. Doesn't work for everyone. I mean, it's obviously, like, I'm not going to say this is guaranteed to fix your target panic, but if you tried blank bail shooting and you don't want to take the plunge into like a hinge, you want to continue shooting your release, give that a try. It could really help you guys out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to get entered into a giveaway, we have one going on the channel right now. It's completely free to enter. Head over to the description below. It'll have a link to our website. You can just go straight to the giveaway entry page. It's just a little thing. You sign up and you're good to go. Also, if you guys want merch, just like this shirt, it's a little covered right now, but we have t-shirts. We have a new Target archery t-shirt, and we have sweatshirts just like this. We have hats. So if you guys want some channel merch, make sure you go check it out. Grabbing merch is one of the best ways that you can support the channel, as well as buying our products and or subscribing and liking. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. If you like the content on the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you get notified when we post new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Ciao, guys.